Hello my fellow Retromaniacs and welcome to Let's Read Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Conquest instruction booklet. So yeah, this is another game that I owned for Super NES, but I only had the cartridge. I didn't have the box nor the manual. It was very typical for me to get only the cartridges because they were quite inexpensive. They were sold in like second-hand stores without the box, so I used to get those for birthdays and Christmas. So now it's time to read finally the manual that I missed. Sometimes these manuals actually reveal some secrets that you didn't know while playing the game. Usually a good game would try to explain or have some kind of tutorial or menu that explains what you have to do, or all the weird combos if there are any. But some games are so badly designed that they actually require the player to read the manual, lest they probably miss some of the aspects of the game controls and tricks. But I think Donkey Kong Country, they are rare games and they were so well developed that designed that you don't need the manual to get the most of the game. And, there are secrets in this game. How you have to collect all those DK coins and those get to that second ending. It's obvious that even though I never got to the second ending, but it was obvious that I knew what I had to do, but I just couldn't find those missing Kremlin coins. Okay. So 32 pages. Oh, there's Cranky's funny lines here.
I don't know how this got a seal of quality. It seems any old trash can worm its way through these days.
It's nice British humor. It's very nice, these pre-rendered graphics when they are not compressed to Super NES resolution. If they would release a game that you use these uncompressed models for the gameplay, that would be a dream come true. But I don't know. You have to have a silicon computer and maybe the whatever software they were using to create these cannot really work on modern computers. But yeah, it would be nice if the assets were still there and they could make a game using this 90s CGI style. It's so crisp and glossy, sleek, very nice. Trouble in Paradise.
This story is even worse than DKC. They're really scraping the bottom of the barrel this time.
Donkey Kong gulped down the last of his banana milkshake and sighed happily, his old peach chair creaking as he wriggled his toes in the sand. "Is this the life?" he thought to himself. "The sun beating down on a clear blue sky and no pesky banana-thieving gremlins to worry about." Lazily, he raised a hand to wave at Funky, who was showing off his surfing expertise out of the waves with the squeaking seagulls. Donkey Kong settled back and closed his eyes, thinking he'd have a little doze, when he heard the sound of shuffling feet. Before he knew what was happening, Cranky Kong popped him on the head with his cane. Gosh! He exclaimed, glaring at the snickering old ape standing in front of him.
Well, well, said Cranky. What do you think you are doing sitting around all day? They won't get much of a game out of this, will they? I thought you were supposed to be a big star.
Even stars get time off, muttered Donkey Kong, rubbing his head.
I never did, said Cranky proudly, whisking off maidens and throwing barrels around the place 7 days of the week. I was. That's how I got where I am today, you know. Hard work and none of this lazing around on the beach.
Why don't you go off and pester Diddy or something, complained Donkey Kong. Let me have a piece for once. Cranky snorted.
He's off somewhere with that girlfriend of his, but still I can see when I'm not wanted.
Grumbling to himself, Cranky shambled off the beach. Leowing Donkey Kong, typo, to pull his hat over his eyes, sink down into his beach chair and slowly drift to sleep. When night fell and their big buddy still hadn't returned, Diddy and Dixie Kong got worried and went to look for him. As they searched the beach, they saw hundreds of strange-looking footprints that led from the sea to form a big circle around the spot where Donkey Kong's chair lay smashed to pieces.
Gremlins!
Diddy gasped in horror. On top of the bits of chair they found a note.
To the yellow-bellied land-loving Kong family, we got the big monkey. If you want him back, you scurvy dogs, you'll have to head over to Banana Horde. Captain K. Rool.
Got any better ideas, you young whippersnapper? Demanded the old ape.
We got to rescue him, of course, said Diddy and Dixie together. But Cranky just laughed. Oh, really? And who exactly is we,
Count me out, dudes,
said Funky quickly, backing away from the group.
I hate adventures.
I think I'm a bit old for that sort of things,
said Wrinkly, apologetically.
And I'm sure a spit not gonna do it, snapped Cranky. Not that I'm past my prime, mind you. I could still do a better job than the rest of you put together, but I wouldn't be seen dead in a game that scrolls and has bonus levels and end bosses.
What about me? Asked Diddy, stamping his foot. I went with Donkey on his last adventure. Why can't I do it?
You? You're only been in one game and you didn't even get your name in the title. You think that makes you a hero?
It's like so blatant fourth wall breaking. Just great. Diddy looked discouraged, but Dixie was quick to stand up for him.
Give him a chance. He could be a better hero than you ever were, she challenged.
Cranky scowled.
You think so, do you? You think he can make his way through all those gremlins and all those traps all by himself?
He won't be by himself, she replied. I'm going with him. Diddy stared at her, and she stared defiantly back.
But it's dangerous,
he protested.
You're not scared, are you?
Of course I'm not.
Well, neither am I. Don't try to argue. If you're going, I'm going with you.
Diddy sighed. He knew a hopeless argument when he saw one, but still he was Donkey's only hope. Of course, if he managed to rescue his big buddy, he'd become a real video game hero. 2. Could he ask for a better chance to prove himself? Cranky was looking them over shrewdly.
All right, he said. If you somehow get back safely from this and bring back that good-for-nothing donkey with you, I'll admit that maybe you have what it takes after all. But if you don't, there will never be more than cheap cameo rolls for you in the future, my boy.
Oh, there was some more text here. I thought we'd see the last of that old rascal for a while, sighed Wrinkly Kong. Cranky's good-natured old wife, when the rest of the family had read the ransom note.
Ah, grunted Cranky. I suppose we'd better give him a bananas, hadn't we?
Diddy was shocked. After all we did to get them back last time, Donkey Kong would go crazy if he lost his bananas again. Okay, and then Diddy stood up straight and proud, ready for his new quest. I'll bring him back, you'll see, he declared. The others offered him encouragement. Wrinkly gave him a warm smile while Funky offered his hand for a high five.
Go for it, little dude.
And as soon as the sun rose again, the brave young pair set out. All right.
Ahoy, you scurvy sea dogs. Game to set a sail to Crocodile Island? Well, first you have to plug the cartridge into Super NES, then turn the power on. You can watch the demo if you want, but how fun is that? Press start when you're ready to set sails. Yeah, I like that there's like humor in the basic stuff as well. Just gonna see if there's any like humor. Probably only these white box infos. Banana counter, Kong letters, life balloon meter, timer, Trem coins. Map. Controller layout. There are tons of different things you can do in Donkey Kong Country 2. Fortunately, it's not possible to do them at all once, so it's really not as overwhelming as it might seem. Spin Squitters platform, web quad wheel drone.
Look at all these buttons. It's ridiculous, I say. Kids in my day wept with joy if we gave them two to press.
Yeah, Diddy wearing his hat backwards. It's very like cool and 90s. It's weird, like his fur is almost like a shirt. It's like a, you can see that it's got like flesh colored hand. Then the fur just goes around it. It's weird. Doo-dum, doo-dum, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. He's back!
DK Donkey Kong! DK Donkey Kong is here!
Diddy's in the starring role this time, and he's off to prove himself a true member of the Kong family.
DK Crew!
Video game heroes. He'll have his work cut out for him as he storms Captain K. Rool's pirate haven on Crocodile Isle. Just gonna see cartwheel. If he cartwheels off the edge of a platform and then jumps, he'll leap a little farther than he does normal. Yeah, that's one of the like tricks you might not get on your own, that you can actually jump on midair. Obviously you should like notice it, but I remember there were quite tricky parts, at least in the first Donkey Kong Country game, where I didn't know how to get those on top of those certain palm trees. But yeah, you had to like do the cartwheel jump on the midair. Diddy's advantages. Diddy's cartwheel jump enables him to make jumps that are longer than average jumps. Also notice that Diddy carries the barrel out in front of him, and that is, it acts like a shield as he runs into enemies while carrying it.
The lad had a couple of frames in Donkey Kong Country, and now he thinks he's a big star.
Here comes Dixie Kong. Dixie and Diddy are inseparable friends and go everywhere together. Both share a love of adventure and the awesome abilities to make it fun. Dixie's powerful ponytail allows her to equal and sometimes even surpass Diddy's adventuring abilities. Yeah, I usually play it as Dixie because, you know, it's easier to take the gaps and jumps when you had the helicopter spin. When Diddy and Dixie are together, they form a powerful team. Press the A button to pick up the other character. You can then throw your pal using the Y button. You can use the throw to attack enemy characters or to reach normal inaccessible places and items. Try to toss your friend in many different situations.
What's going on here? She should be the damsel in distress, not one of the stars.
Oh, Cranky, you old sexist boomer.
Yeah, in my days, women were kept in the kitchen, you see.
Yeah, the graphics are just awesome. Look at that background, so cool. I think some of these like exist in like high resolution, so you can have like wallpaper if you want. Do people still use wallpapers? I don't know. Maybe you can print it for your wall. Golden treasure, gold doubloons and pieces of 8. Pirate loot and seaborne swag. It's all here, strewn across Crocodile Isle. By packing much coin, you gain many gameplay advantages. Creme coins. You can enter creme coin in each bonus level. There are 3 different types of bonus levels. So in one type you must collect all the stars to make the creme coin appear. In the second type the creme coin is hidden and you must find it. In the third type you have to defeat all the baddies to make it appear. You can use creme coins to pay the monstrous clubber, so you can cross his tall bridge. What is on the other side? That's for you to find out. Cranky's video game hero coin. These huge DK coins are well hidden, 1 per level, by Cranky himself. Collecting these will improve Diddy's status as a video game hero in a Cranky's eyes. You have not really finished a game until you have collected the video game hero coin. Yeah, I think I never got all those DK coins, no, the creme coins when I played the game. You know, maybe because, you know, I had other games and it quite soon after getting DKC2 I got Nintendo 64, so that like I stopped playing Super NES completely and eventually sold it or gave it away. Banana Bunch coins. These coins are used to pay the various members of the Con family for their help. Yes, the days of free advice are over. Even old Cranky charges for his words of wisdom, although the insults are still free. More swag. Cool, man. Bananas and banana bunches. No animal signs. Crates. Extra life balloons, cannons and cannonballs. Yeah, they really want to use K instead of C. That's you can accidentally end up having KKK written somewhere. End of level target. Jump over the target to finish the level. If you jump from a high enough altitude, you will win the prize that is displayed. I always like that there's just like in Super Mario World, you have a Super Mario Land. You have a goal is a sort of a mini game. It's just good game design to make even the finish of the level feel like a challenge. Animal crates, hot air balloon. Yeah, they really had to make so many different CGI objects, which would look wonderful probably in like high definition. If only the assets still existed somewhere, I don't know.
I've never seen so much worthless rubbish. I'm surprised they don't give you a special trash barrel to haul it all around in.
Okay, different barrels. Let's just explain it here. Temporary invincibility. Animal barrels. Transform into the animal. Yeah, that was different from the first game where you could just ride them. If you jump into a barrel that shows a picture of the animal that you are already transformed into, you will gain an extra hit as that animal. Yeah, I think so, yeah, that happened. Biplane barrel. Rent from Funky Kong. Use it to travel back to levels you have already visited. Roller coaster. Barrel will send you into the minus world. What? Wrong game. That's a nice reference. Actually, they will take seconds away from the timer. When the timer runs out, Cackle will catch you. Yeah, they are definitely Mario fans. And since, you know, Rare was so close to Nintendo, they were almost like their first party developer, so they could easily make jokes of Mario games and even have like Mario character appear in some of the levels, cutscenes. The Legend of Crocodile Isle. As the home port of Captain K. Rool's cutthroat pirates, Crocodile Isle is teeming with all types of gremlins. There's even more variety of terrain on this island than there was in Donkey Kong Country, and K. Rool definitely has the home turf advantage here. Gangplank Galley. Its first action takes place aboard K. Rool's scuttled flagship, Gangplank Galleon. Even though this hulk isn't seaworthy, it is still manned by a scurvy Kremlin crew. You'll find lots of hooks and rigging to climb on here. You can also duck into the flooded cargo hold for more fun. Crocodile Cauldron. Visitors venturing into Crocodile Isle receive a warm reception from the bubbling lava of Crocodile Cauldron. The key to these levels is to avoid getting burned in the ever-present red-hot lava. Fortunately, there are many different ways to keep your feet cool. Crocodile heads provide safe stepping stones in one area, and hot air balloons will give you a ride in another. These are so beautifully rendered, these maps. Yet another Kremlin galleon has sunk here in Kremlin Quay. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Quay. Let me check translation. What the hell is Quay? Oh, it's like docks. Pier. Okay. Once the port of Crocodile Isle, as if anyone would really want to visit, the place is now a swamp. crawling with rats and other wild vermin. Some of the underwater action here is particularly gloomy, so you'll need a friend with a light to show you the way. What do Kremlins do for one when they aren't making the Kong family life miserable? They go to Crazy Kremland, the island amusement park. This area features roller coasters that are not only in extreme stage of disrepair, they are also haunted. Yeah, I think one of my favorite levels were the roller coaster levels, even though they were quite difficult. So beautiful. Even the lightning is so satisfying to look at. Just adore this mid-90s CGI art style. It's so sharp and refreshing. I don't know. No stupid blur, no stupid effects. It's just clean graphics. So nice. You're not out of the woods yet. In fact, you're just entering it when you get to Gloomy Gulch. The spooky area is also haunted by the evil Kremlin spirits known as Cloak and Cackle. Even the ropes that once provided a safe way to climb over obstacles are now ghostly and insubstantial. Captain Key Rool is no fool. He saved the most dastardly traps for use in his own fortress lair. None has entered Key Rool's keep and lived to tell the tale. Will Diddy or Dixie be the first? Lost World. There are rumors of a lost world located deep beneath Crocodile Isle. It has been said that this is the source of the Kremlins, and that there is a valuable treasure to be found there, including the elusive true ending of the game. Only the most clever explorers will find this place.
Someone sure has a vivid imagination. I've been everywhere and I can tell you that none of these places actually exist.
Look at that graphic, look at that weird statues here. So cool. Animal of Friends. So yeah, in the first game there were only Rambi and Engard, Squawks and the Winkley, the frog, is gone. I always like that. It seems that Diddy and Dixie will not be alone on their quest. First of all, Rambi, Engard and Squawks return to add their animal abilities to the effort. A handful of new animals also make their debut on Crocodile Isle. Rattly the Rattlesnake. This is the music I'm playing at the moment. Always like this dude. Squitter the Spider. Also shoot web platforms. Pressing the L and I buttons. It's quite tricky to use because if you create too many platforms, they will the previous ones will disappear, so you can easily kill yourself. Glimmer the Anglerfish. Clapper the Seal.
Wow, wow, wow. A more tragic looking bunch of useless no-hopers you'll never see. I like Espresso and Winky. Well, they gone.
Oh yeah, Espresso, the ostrich. Were they actually in the third game? I can't remember. It's also a little bit sad that Donkey Kong 64 didn't really use most of these characters, at least in good use. I guess they were preoccupied with the Kong abilities. You had so many. You have 5 characters, so just adding more animal friends would make the game feel too cluttered. I don't know. Maybe that was the reason. Or maybe they just didn't want to repeat their old stuff from the SNES era. That's also a wise thing to do, not to repeat yourself too often. Special areas. Even though Diddy and Dixie are supposed to be going on this quest on their own, the rest of the Kong clan just couldn't stay out of it, especially since there is money to be made helping beginning adventurers. You'll find all the Kong family members in the prime business location throughout Crocodile Isle. Funky's flights. Swanky's bonus bonanza. Step right up. You're the next contestant on Swanky's bonus bonanza. Play this game to win valuable bonus items. It's a gamble since you have to pay banana coins to play. Wrinkly Kong's College. Of course, this manual will tell you almost everything you need to know, but since most people don't read the manual, you can get a lot of basic game education in Wrinkly Kong's schoolroom. Since this is a private school, you'll have to pay tuition in banana coins. Even if you don't need the information, you'll want to go to the school because nice Mrs. Wrinkly can save your game. Cranky's Monkey Museum. Even old Cranky Kong is getting in on the entrepreneurial spirit. He's opened a monkey museum where inquisitive monkeys can go to learn about the lore of Crocodile Isle. Prepare to pay to get the best hints. Clubber's Kiosk. The towering Clubber demands payment of anyone who would cross his bridge, and he'll only accept Krang coins. What's on the other side? Why would anyone want to go there? You have to find out for yourself. Hint, it's worth it. Well, they already explained the Lost World.
Visit me first and give me all your coins. I'm far more useful than these other sad-looking bumps.
I think Donkey Kong Country 3 already had like N64 in the Donkey Museum. So Swanky Kong, who's he actually? He's not appeared as a playable character, and I think Funky Kong hasn't been a playable character either, although I have not played the recent Donkey Kong games, but I don't think that they are playable. It would be nice to play as these characters as well. I think they appear in the Donkey Kong Country CGI animated show though. Kremlings ahoy! Captain Key rules pirate crew. You're on enemy ground now, so you'll be facing craftier, crueler Kremlings than ever before. They don't wear that pirate regalia for nothing. But it's nice that, you know, when you finish the game, they show all the enemies. That was probably my favorite part of the game, too. Just like in Super Mario World, you have the enemy gallery. Especially if you don't have the manual, you can learn the enemies only by that way. Clump, Meek, Gaboing, Cruncher, Flitter, Cannon, Chinger, Clubber. They really have to have KKK everywhere. Clubber, Clinger, Click, Clack. Okay, why is this not written as with letter K? I don't know. Flotsam. This doesn't have any K. Lockjaw. Shuri. Okay. I guess they ran out of ideas of having enemies with starting with K. More baddies. Cackle and Cloak. Cato Ninetails. This was one of the weirdest enemies in the game. Tangle up in a monitor, spin you around and it collapses. Kaboom. Crook. I like that. I like the oversized jacket. Cutlass. Cutlass mail ordered his razor-sharp swords from a TV offer. They turned out to be a little bigger than they looked on his small screen. Excellent. Puff up. Knocks. Crockheads. Spiny. Captain Key Rule. The leader of the pack is back, and this time he's packing a plunder bus. Ouch! Plunderbuss, is that a real word? Plunderbuss. Oh, it's a real gun name. Never knew. In Finnish it's called väkipyssy. Interesting. Is it called anything else? Blunderbuss. 17th to mid 19th century firearm. Large caliber barrel. Huh. Interesting.
How many? I reckon they have just put fancy pictures in here to make it look good. There's only 3 of these in the game at most.
Cranky's hints.
See, I knew you'd have to come crying to old Cranky, begging him to share his vast gameplay knowledge with you. Did you think that just because you tortured yourself by reading this boring manual, I would actually reward you with some free hints? You can pay for my hints in the Monkey Museum like everyone else. I did hear that Rag Ninja Power will be printing up some sort of strategy guide for this game, though. I don't know why, since the game doesn't require any strategy that I could find. Anyway, if you really want to waste your money on it, you might actually learn some of the secrets. But don't expect to find me in the guide. This is the last beautiful cameo appearance I'm going to make. Secrets, my bird. The only thing that's secret is the gameplay, cause I can't find any. Yeah, I'm sure in a localized releases they had to remove this Ninja the Power line, because Ninja the Power wasn't like sold in other countries. In Finland we had Nintendo-lehti, Nintendo magazine, but they were quite short and like concise compared to the Nintendo Power, so and they weren't like translated Nintendo Powers, but they had their own staff, so, and own writers, so, and I don't think they ever had like guides. They just had like some like cheat codes or hints. But yeah. I'll wager this shoddy game won't even last 3 days, so you'll be needing this warranty, I can assure you. So funny. Alright. That was nice. Always love to read rare manuals, because they have so much humor in them. They're not just like dry reading, but you can actually enjoy them, and that's how you should do the manual. You know, it's a video game, it's for entertainment, so why not have manual that is entertaining as well? Okay, so thanks for watching. Bye bye.